You open your eyes. The sand burns beneath your feet. Your group's last supply of water is almost gone. Your throat isn't just dry, it's burning. Every breath you take feels like inhaling hot coals. Ahead of you, the horizon shimmers beneath a relentless mirage. You look behind. The footprints of your tribe are erased by the wind within seconds. If you stop, the desert will bury you beneath its sand. If you keep walking, your heart may give out from the unbearable heat. Ahead of you lies the Sahara Desert, 5,500 years ago. If you don't find water before sunset, neither you nor your family will ever leave this place. And this is only the first day of your journey. You keep walking. Every step sinks deep into the soft sand. The sun hasn't even reached its highest point. Yet the heat already makes the air ripple like the surface of water. A small child grips tightly onto his mother's hand. You scan the landscape. No trees, no streams, not even the faintest sign of life. Only wind and sand. Gentle gusts drift across the dunes, erasing footprints that were made only moments ago. You kneel down, scooping up a handful of sand. It is so hot, you can barely hold it. Every breath carries fine grains of dust into your nose and throat. Ahead of the group, the oldest man suddenly raises his hand. Everyone stops. He kneels, places his hand against the ground, then looks into the distance, where several birds fly in a perfectly straight line. He changes direction. The entire tribe follows without hesitation. In a land like this, experience is the only thing worth trusting. Even today, many traditional hunter-gatherer communities can locate water by observing the flight paths of birds, animal tracks, and subtle changes in vegetation. Researchers believe that prehistoric people most likely relied on similar skills to survive environments this harsh, even though we can never witness exactly how they did it. The sun climbs higher. The shadow beneath your feet grows shorter. The heat becomes uncomfortable, then painful. Your heart begins to race. Your legs grow heavier. Your thoughts become clouded. Your body is desperately trying to hold on to every last drop of water. Then suddenly, a powerful gust of wind slams into the group. Sand explodes into the air. You squeeze your eyes shut, shielding your face with your arm. The roar of the wind drowns out every other sound. For a few terrifying seconds, you can no longer see anyone else. You begin to wonder, why would anyone choose to walk into a place like this? The answer began thousands of years earlier, back when the Sahara was not a desert. The elders often spoke of a different world, a land of vast lakes, rolling grasslands, where elephants, giraffes, and hippos once roamed freely across this very landscape. Ancient rock art, lake sediments, and animal fossils all reveal that the Sahara remained a fertile land for thousands of years. But then, the rains became less frequent. The rivers slowly dried, the grasslands disappeared, and with them, your homeland. Now, there is only one choice left. Keep moving forward. When the sun reaches its highest point, the entire group stops beneath the shadow of a large rock formation. You dig a shallow pit in the sand and press your body against the cooler ground beneath. In your hands is an ostrich eggshell containing only a few final sips of water. Everyone waits in silence, sheltering from the relentless sun until it begins to sink. Once the heat eases, the journey will begin again. The oldest man leads the way. He raises his eyes to the sky, then toward the faint mountain ridges on the horizon. From time to time, he stops to examine fresh animal tracks pressed into the sand. Hours later, he notices small patches of green grass breaking through the barren landscape. Then, fresh antelope tracks. In the Sahara, where there is vegetation, there is often water. Not long afterward, the tribe discovers a small pool hidden among scattered rocks. It isn't much, but it is enough to keep everyone alive for another day. Far in the distance, a small patch of green appears in the endless sea of sand. A cluster of trees, a few bushes still clinging to life. It is the sign you have been waiting for days. In arid environments, plants can only survive where moisture still remains beneath the ground, or where underground water continues to feed their roots. For that reason, scientists believe that clusters of vegetation most likely served as natural landmarks, helping prehistoric people locate precious sources of water. Hidden beneath the rocks is another small pool that has not yet dried up. Everyone drinks, one careful sip at a time. Then they refill their ostrich eggshell containers. Water isn't the only thing the tribe needs. They must find food as well. Two hunters quietly follow the fresh antelope tracks. Others set simple traps for rabbits and birds around the water. They make use of every possible source of food, from game animals to birds and even fish in the remaining lakes whenever they are fortunate enough to find them. Today, luck is on your side. A young antelope is enough to feed the tribe for several more days. Night falls. The tribe makes camp beneath the shelter of a rocky cliff. Before anyone rests, they first inspect the ground where they will spend the night. You use a branch to carefully move aside loose stones, dry grass, and narrow cracks in the earth. In the Sahara, not every danger is large enough to be seen from a distance. It could be a scorpion, a centipede, a snake, or a small venomous insect you've never encountered before. They spend the day hidden beneath rocks or buried in the cool sand to escape the desert heat. A single sting or a single bite could leave you too weak to continue the journey, or even cost you your life. You spread dry grass across the ground, then cover it with animal hides, not only to keep warm, but also to reduce contact with the cold sand and the creatures that emerge after dark. Someone in the tribe is always awake, watching for predators or any unfamiliar sound that echoes through the darkness. During the period when parts of the Sahara still contained grasslands and seasonal lakes, scientists believe people may have encountered predators such as hyenas, lions, and leopards. As the Sahara became drier, the thirst and starvation gradually became even greater threats than wild animals. The night wind carries an unexpected chill. You pull the animal hide tighter around your body. At this time, firewood is a rare and precious resource in the heart of the Sahara. The few dry branches scattered across the landscape are nowhere near enough to keep a fire burning through the night. So instead, the tribe depends on animal hides and the warmth of one another to survive the cold. The desert is swallowed by darkness. Moonlight washes over the dunes, painting them in cold shades of silver. The tribe lies close together. In the darkness, every sound becomes sharper. The wind whistles through narrow cracks in the rocks. Sand slides quietly down the slopes of the dunes. From somewhere far away, a distant howl echoes across the night. No one knows whether it belongs to a hyena or whether it is simply the wind twisting through the stone. Then, a faint rustling comes from just beside you. Everyone tightens their grip on their spears. Thankfully, it is only a small lizard slipping through the dry grass. In the Sahara, a single moment of carelessness can cost you your life. You close your eyes, but real sleep never comes. Every unfamiliar sound could be a warning. Near dawn, a sound breaks the silence. The entire tribe awakens instantly. It isn't a predator, only a herd of antelope crossing the desert. The guide watches the direction they disappear. A faint smile spreads across his face. Animals rarely wander without purpose in a landscape this unforgiving. If they have passed this way, there is a good chance that somewhere ahead, water or vegetation still survives. Dawn breaks once again. You and the tribe continue walking. No one knows how much farther the journey will be. Only one thing is certain. Every step could determine the fate of the entire tribe. An elderly man suddenly drops to one knee. He struggles to stand, then collapses once more. His lips are cracked. His breathing is slow and painfully heavy. Days without enough water or food have pushed his body to its limit. The entire tribe stops. Two people rush to help him. He forces himself to take a few more steps, then quietly shakes his head. Everyone understands. On a journey like this, not everyone will reach the end. Long migrations across landscapes this unforgiving would almost certainly have meant facing hunger, exhaustion, and disease. Although archaeology cannot tell us the fate of every individual, the environmental conditions alone reveal how brutally difficult survival must have been for anyone attempting to cross the ancient Sahara. After many days, the horizon finally begins to change. Amid the endless sea of sand, a ribbon of green slowly comes into view. Then, sunlight shimmers across the surface of water. The entire tribe begins to walk faster. You kneel at the water's edge. For the first time in days, you drink without counting every single drop. You survived. But not everyone made it this far. Some were left behind, forever beneath the sands. Yet, their journey did not disappear with them. Over thousands of years, migrations across the Sahara helped connect communities throughout North Africa and the Sahel, carrying people, languages, culture, and knowledge into new lands. Human history was not written only by kings or mighty empires. It was also written by countless unnamed people who chose to keep walking across one of the harshest landscapes on Earth. Thank you for joining us on today's journey. If you enjoy documentaries about history, archaeology, and the incredible story of human survival, don't forget to subscribe and join us for more journeys into our past. Until next time, goodbye.